番組の途中です。新卒くんと右ご回答ありがとうございます。八つ咲き人形の手、実行です。1、エンターカーを操作、ボタン一つで自分の価値観や一部のハック。おっと、いけない。私。いや、僕でもいいんだが、今この時より我が輩のエンタメに意義があるなら、我が輩多様性があってこその今の視聴者数はおよそ5000人か。では今宵の最後のエンタメとしてこの着ぐるみの中の男は中学時代にすごい娘を受けて以来女手一つで育ててくれた母への弟への君たちの第一印象はシーズンに今一度質問だ。君たちの過半数以上好きだと言ってくれた人は
However, the courting Duke stamped The video cuts off at 4 minutes 52 seconds. As a hacked broadcast, those who ran the website were powerless to stop it. The video, just short of 5 minutes, is shared across the net, mostly among the youth. But things don't end with that. Not just the broadcaster's victims, but others killed in the same manner are soon discovered. The common thread? At least 2 victims always found at once, with their lock screens set to resemble the quartering Duke. The police pour all their resources into investigating the case, but turn up nothing. Pair by pair, more and more bodies surface, until half a year later, over 100 have been killed since that first broadcast. The sheer number of victims and brutality of the murders, fling society into chaos. The Crying Duke, an entertainer? What he's doing is basically a snuff show. I gripped my phone tight as I read articles about murders, speaking aloud despite myself. I've seen the effects of this Duke all around me. People are terrified to go outside, and stores have even shortened their hours. What's worse, he's gained some traction among young copycats taken by his charisma. With the police overwhelmed, small private agencies like mine in huge demand. Apparently even the FBI is getting involved. Past events have always work, but the Duke has only made things worse. The media jeers at the detective praise. Mr. Gunjoji says the ideal society is a peaceful one where detectives are start to work. You may be right about that. As I lay in wait for my mark, I recall my mentor's words inside myself. I work for the Gunjoji Detective Agency. Probably one of the punier agencies around nowadays. Bit buzzing with activity. Student working part-time, but they plan to recruit me once I've graduated. The situation must be getting pretty serious nationwide. An ideal society has no use for detectives, huh? The thought alone makes me a bit miserable. Is this the reality faced by all aspiring detectives? Okay, that's enough of that. My worries run wild while I'm on my own. It's a bad habit, but I've got to focus on work. There he is, my mark is on the move. After a moment's pause, the man clad in a trench coat starts off down the road again. Make sure I'm out of earshot before coming in my report, just as my mentor has instructed. Watto here. Target's on the move. He's headed right where you predicted, Mr. Gunjoji. I'll stay on lookout for any traps as I continue tailing him. Quieting my steps, I follow the man cautiously. He's our top suspect in the serial pet killer case. According to Mr. Gunjoji, he may be armed. Whatever I do, I absolutely cannot allow my presence to be detected. Can I help you? What? Suddenly the man is right in front of me and I reflexively take a step back. You know I've been following him, despite the cover. No, I'm all good. I'm actually been late. Gotta go. As I try to move past him, the man blocks my path. I doubt you'll make it in time if you keep matching my pace and stopping every time I do. Your expression gives everything away. Minus 1 point. Not that you should really be that surprised. You'd only stop on a completely empty street like this if you were trailing someone. And as for checking if someone's tailing you. So the very act of pausing here was a trap. It's a trap! How could I make such a rookie mistake? Didn't even register with me. But no one to blame but myself. Your fresh face? Who are you? Certainly no detective or policeman, giving you a noisy slipshod attempt at shadowing me. No detective? Blood rushes to my face. I poured everything in and become a detective. His words sting worse than a slap to the face. There's no way I can just let it slide. Don't patronize me! Don't patronize me! Mato Hojo, assistant at the Gunjoji Detective Agency. You already know you've been snooping around here and that you have a knife. You're suspected of severe animal abuse. Now come quietly and turn you into a police. I'd hoped the edge of my voice wouldn't intimidate him, but the man only lets out an exasperated sigh. Actually, giving out your name? Minus 3 points. This isn't some TV show, kid, but real detectives never reveal their true identities. But you can't get enough of those over-the-top crime dramas, can you? As much as I hate it, he's read me like a complete book. The moment the detective reveals himself, oh, he seems so cool on television. But he's right, sharing your identity in this line of work is far too dangerous. Something to keep in mind next time. And does the detective's assistant plan to arrest me all on his own? A grown man you fully believe to be armed? The man slides his hand into his pocket and readies his stance. He's clearly holding a weapon. This isn't the first time I've gone up against someone armed with a knife, but I still feel my hair standing on end. My heart slams frantically against my ribcage as I freeze up, willing my trembling legs to remain steady. No, I know I'm not ready for that. So instead I call for backup. I just need to buy time until my bus arrives. You think you can buy yourself time, Mr. Wannabe Detective? I will. In fact, I have to. One of the pets you killed belongs to a classmate of mine. Still terrified and traumatized and result of your family bout. Being a detective, it's my duty to stop you. Bringing you to justice is the only way to restore the peace in their life. I'll be damned if I let you escape. Tear off my jacket and wrap it around my left wrist to form a makeshift glove, and guard against his knife. In my dominant hand, I grip a pair of handcuffs like brass knuckles, and as best I can, I face off with the man. The man just watches me, showing no signs of movement. Good, he's probably never seen anyone use handcuffs for self-defense before. Only naturally be wary. In this trip, Mr. Gunjoji. What's great about it is that I never failed to catch people by surprise the first time. You just call us out, even if it's just for a little while. Keeping this face off going is my top priority. The Yakuza School of Rest Techniques, I take it. Quite the rare fighting style picked up, boy. Huh? I'm struck speechless. What are the odds he'd know this tactic? I fumble for an answer, but my mind goes blank. Paralyzed in the face of an enemy. Minus 5 points. Don't expect all techniques to phase a man of my age. Would work on your typical criminal, however, and you were quick to adapt when the laws were stacked against you. He has an exemplary quality in a detective. You get 10 points, kid. I see why the chief endorsed you. The man suddenly backs down and speaks with a smile. Wait, what? Is this another trap? Glancing my way, he continues. Sorry for the misunderstanding, but the culprit you've been looking for is the victim's neighbor. Well, he handed him over to the police. No job, no comfort, no direction in life until he becomes obsessed with the courting duke and decided to follow in his footsteps. He couldn't work up the nerve to hack people apart. Animals gave him no trouble at all. Disgusting. Who are you exactly? Upon hearing my question, the man pulls what looks to be a tablet out of his back. The screen shows a familiar symbol on the words Detective Alliance. Detective Alliance? I can't help but yell out the name. The Detective Alliance, the very organization I revere more than anything else. That's right, I'm part of the Detective Alliance, the only common recognized detective organization in the country. Can this fine detective like yourself has heard of it? Of course, it's a mysterious coalition of unrenowned detectives that always sends the perfect match for the job. The Alliance has solved every case it's ever had, and each of its members has an alias based on their defining traits. Looks like you know quite a bit about this mysterious coalition, detective fanboy. As I calm down, my face begins to burn very red. It let my excitement carry me away on a totally nerdy rant. Still, the Detective Alliance has been the dream I've aspired to ever since I learned about it from Mr. Gunjoji. That D-pad you're holding is a hallmark of none other than the Alliance itself. You're a detective, aren't you? Bingo, call me senior detective. Been in the Alliance for aeons. Roots and provide support. Still, none of the younger generation can out investigate me. Detective cases pose a pet killer one. As prideful as he sounds, I can tell by his expression that he's speaking purely from well-earned experience. There's no about him that's unlike anyone I've ever met. The kind that could only come from a member of the Detective Alliance. As secretive as it is, the Detective Alliance has grown more famous by the day thanks to recent detective craze. Even now, the news is full of stories about the cases cracked by Detective Alliance members. Then there's all the terrorist plots in the wake of the Quartering Duke incidents that they've thwarted with almost zero leads. The whole reason I joined the detective agency was to carve a path to earning a spot alongside those detectives one day. Looked up to by detectives far and wide, the Detective Alliance is the absolute paragon for those pursuing justice. I apologize for my rudeness, senior detective, sir. Channel accusations like you and I couldn't be more clueless. Don't be! We're taking you on after all. No need for a sir either, and after all, the alias itself serves as a title of respect. Though senior detective amicably shrugs off my apology, so unshakable calm only makes me wary of where this is going. And as if noticing how on an edge I look, he continues to speak. I'll cut to the chase. I'm here to scout you. We plan to meet at our base of operations to discuss how to handle the Quartering Duke incident. We want you to attend. Huh? I respond lamely, unable to fully grasp what he's saying. I'll say it again. We want you to join our investigation of the Quartering Duke case as a member of the Detective Alliance. What? The sound I make is so shrill and alien, I scared myself. Pinch my cheek to make sure this isn't just some dream. Ow! Nope, not a dream. Maybe this is Mr. Gunjoji's idea of event. No sign of him anywhere. So, holy no. Dreams. This isn't a joke, right? Not at all. We've received direct orders from the government to put an end to the Quartering Duke's reign of terror. Two detectives will convene at HQ to solve this case and take down the most violent homicide mania from the century. My mind goes blank again, but if this is real, my dream is coming true far sooner than I ever imagined. There's so much I could learn, so many accomplished detectives I could meet. Ideal detectives, like the ones I aspire to be, the kind who could have prevented the tragedy that unfolded before my eyes 10 years ago. Sure you have a million questions, but I want to hear what you intend first. Will you join us at the table and help stop the Quartering Duke? Give me your answer, yes or no. How can I hesitate? Take my intentions loud and clear. Yes. The moment I try to answer, senior detective's arm hugs around my neck and begins to squeeze like a vice. So tight, I can't breathe. I flail and kick frantically, but all I hit is the air and the ground below my feet. I feel the prick as a slender needle pierces the skin of my neck. What feels like liquid ice begins to pump through my veins. My skin turns pale, my limbs go numb, and my strength fades. My vision blurs, and as my legs start to give out, I sag against the man restraining me. And then, as if the stars have been swept from the night sky, everything goes black. While it's true that I asked, there was never actually the option to refuse. But you see, you have a duty to attend the Detective Elimination Project.
I
haven't felt this way in a long time. My consciousness drags sluggishly as if I'm trapped in thick mud, helplessly sinking deeper and deeper. As I try to shut it out, that traumatic nightmare pulls me in once again. My dream of running down a dark, frigid corridor, holding on tight to the hand of a girl my age. The girl is beautiful with bewitching black hair, pure white skin, and light purple eyes reminiscent of hydrangeas. I remember nothing else about her, but I'm sure that at the time she was very precious to me. And then, right before my eyes, the blade swings down and slashes her, covering her in a burst of red. Why? I clutch onto her before she can collapse and face the criminal that did this to her. The massive, unmistakably inhuman silhouette emits strange mechanical whir. Murderous intent is nearly enough to pierce through flesh as it focuses on me. Her to die is no more than a child. And in that moment, the girl in my arms strains to get the words out as her voice begins to fail. I escape will leave her now and run. I can still save her. There's no way I can just abandon her. You have to leave. Come here. Save everyone. No! That's all I can remember. My memory cuts out completely as if the next page has been torn out. However, since my life it's so obvious what came after. I traded Psycho's life to save my own. This was the mass kidnapping and confinement incident that was in a decade ago. The reason I became a detective. The shadowy organization took 16 children and locked them in an underground prison for a month, never to be caught. Am I supposed to just live with the sacrifices that come out of that? Like Psycho? I was too incompetent to save even one girl, but I refused to leave it there. My heart and soul demand I see it through. I will become a great detective, a hero, and one day I'll reveal the truth behind what happened 10 years ago. I finally come to. My eyelids are so heavy, just opening them is an undertaking. That's one long dream. That's one I had countless times before. That incident remains unsolved to this day. What really happened all those years ago? The survivor and the vague testimony I provided didn't help much. The case has gone cold for 10 years now. I've got to find the truth, to track down the villain who killed Psycho, the girl I owe my life to. That's why I entered this line of work. But that aside, my whole body is aching right now. My mattress feels like a rock and smells like dust. I managed to pry my eyes open, but everything's pitch black. What's more, I can't even move. My limbs are strained like I've been wrapped in some kind of sleeping bag. One time I was trapped in here. What's going on? Mustering all my strength, I tried to worm my way out. Suddenly my vision is flooded with a bright light. Huh? Whatever restrained me slackens as my own momentum forces me upright. The sight I'm met with is a forest, and that sound. Are those ocean waves? Lush woodland lies before my eyes. Beneath me is an old rusty locker. Yes, that's what I'd been stuffed in just a second ago. Ouch, my whole body's killing me. How long was I crammed inside this thing? Who would do this to me and why? When did I even get it? What the heck is going on? Why do I look like SAO2 Kirito? No. That's right. I met that old man, senior detective, and then the haziness clears as I begin to remember. I suddenly attacked the senior detective and eventually lost consciousness. He claimed to be part of the detective hunt. Maybe that was just a bluff? Wait, if he was lying about being a part of the DA, that means the pet killer is still alive. I've got to get back ASAP. I reached to grab my smartphone, but after a frantic search, I realized that my front pockets had been emptied. As I continued searching my person, I noticed an unfamiliar weight on my back. That's weird, I don't normally keep stuff back there. Suspicious, I carefully pluck the foreign object from my pocket. It's a tablet device, like an oversized smartphone more or less. Why didn't I see it? No, I children's on my spine. No, wait, is this? I lift it up, touching the buttons out of habit, and then a notification appears. Authentication successful. Good morning, Watto Hojo. Seems you got your D-pad working. Sure you were drugged, but 6 lives, boy. Out cold for 3 days straight, minus 1 point. As the tablet comes to life, a familiar voice emanates from its speaker. This is the senior detective, the agent who brought you here. We met 3 days ago. No to you, I suppose it feel like it only just happened. Wait, I was out 3 days? Senior detective's all reaching out to me. I never recognized his voice from before. Still, his tone is pretty nonchalant for a kidnapper. Can't help but feel irritated. While I'm certain you think I've deceived you, you are in fact the newest member of the Detective Alliance. Without me, view the detective lost on your own D-pad. That electronic device you know is a trademark of the Alliance. As an official member of the Alliance, your personal information should only be recorded in the database. I open up the tablet and look through the roster he mentioned. Now I find my profile beginning with my full legal. Watto Hojo, Detective Rank 100. Yep, that's me. It even lists details only Mr. Gunjoji would know, like my skills and work experience. Ouch, my special skill is housework? I'm no great detective, sure, but that's a low blow. What else is on there? This other detective's rank name is too, not to mention the intel and investigation status on recent atrocities. From the latest incidents all the way back to before I was born. It's a robust selection of key documents about cases infamous to the public. Far too much for one person to read, frankly. Even at a glance, most of the content seems to be highly technical in nature. It's way too much effort for Frank. I mean, the DA really did recruit me? Can I trust what senior detective says? I've actually been recruited by detective. This isn't a joke, right? Senior detective, sir? You're listening to a recording at present. An emergency came up, so I've hidden you in the woods while I got to address it. Ah, so that's how it is. I assumed this was a phone call. But I guess that's not the case. The device's settings must have been configured to play this voice message as soon as it finished authenticating. When you're ready, open the map on your D-pad and make your way through the woods and head for the manor at the peak. Once there, you should soon meet the others. I promise to head over myself once I'm able, so just wait for me in front of the manor. And one last thing, do not, under any circumstances, enter the structure you will see along the way. Unauthorized entry will result in far worse than the subtraction points. Follow my orders like your very life depends on it. Senior detective speaks without pause. My own experience, something puts out abruptly. Standing in a daze, holding a tablet and a D-pad in one hand. I lift my head and peer through the tree line, making out the shape of a mountain. The screen then displays my current location and a few details about the vicinity. As the senior detective said, there seems to be some sort of manor atop the peak. There's another structure near the tree line. But I knew it pleased to guide me and decided to follow senior detective's instructions. Oh, I need to register my detective areas in here. But I don't have any tongues, and I definitely regret putting something random. Nope, I've got nothing. The tab that hands clear as I check on. For long I see a parking in the trees. A massive heliport stretches before me. To its right sits a relatively small three-story building. That blocks my line of sight. I assume that the manor is just up ahead on the top of the hill. This structure here must be the one senior detective warned me against entering. I'm not very trusted guy, so I'm admittedly a bit curious to sneak peek inside. As soon as the thought crosses my mind, a sudden sense of unease washes over me. On my tablet's map, I see numerous circular icons displayed within the building's walls. Not just a handful either. Dozens of icons crowd around like ants swarming over food. Judging by my own mark on the map, I think these icons are all people? But if that's the case, what does this mean? My apprehension refuses to die down. I get the sense that going in there would only end in regret, just as senior detective had warned. I will... No doubt about it, gotta check this building out first. It'd be risky to just blindly trust senior detective after all. These circular icons are obviously people, which would indicate others are already in there. Senior detective must be trying to prevent me from doing something else. I speak aloud, desperately trying to calm my frantic heartbeat. It's a bad ending. Yes, that's right. A large mound rests in the open space. Beyond the entryway, haphazard pile, blackened and dead, reeking of rotten cheese and fetid garlic. Convincing myself that's fake, I draw closer and I lock eyes with one. Its cloudy gaze is stark reminder of our shared mortality. Heartbreakingly clear, this corpse once belonged to a living being. My stomach lurches, contents spilling into my mouth. I'll take it, sinking into my knees, I suck in heavy breaths, and my heart hammers so hard it turns to burn. The detective must have known the bare buildings not heeding his warning. I'm going to break away and leave this place forever. I continue up the twisting mountain path for about 15 minutes, until at last I arrive at the manor door. It was a gentle incline, but I'm still spent. Wearily take a seat, resting my back against the outside wall of the manor. It's the exact kind of setting you'd expect in any mystery novel. The manor's exterior speaks to its age and smells faintly of lumber. During my approach, I could only gasp at the structure's imposing beauty. Upon closer inspection, I noticed its windows are constructed from an unnaturally thick glass. Impossible to fake or peek through. The stand open circle the perimeter, but there don't appear to be any points of entry aside from the front door. If anything, it seems like it was built to house prisoners, not residents. This definitely isn't your average manor. What on earth could be waiting within? I slow down and catch my breath. My hand is damp with sweat as I turn the knob of the manor's only entrance. A loud clank rings out as it swings open with ease. The interior seems normal enough. I just overthinking things. I ask weakly as I take a step inside. As soon as I let go of the knob, the door closes on its own. Not one moment later. A sharp pain suddenly erupts in my head, forcing me to stagger involuntarily. So my feet expand rapidly. My spine tingles as I feel something rough quickly towards me. In a moment of hesitation, I kick out and leap to the side. However, something slams hard against the back of my skull. The impact sends me flying. My vision swims, my mind already fading. I find myself unable to stand, then the world fades to white. Yo guys, this champagne waking up. How about I kick him up around a bit? I hear voices nearby.
飛逆パイセンに賛成。暴力とかマジないっしょ。
渋谷さんも大概過激だな。ここは冷静に。もしや心肺が止まっているのではないか。我が速やかに心臓マッサージを。
Mayhaps his vital organs are unresponsive. I shall administer a cardiac massage.
その必要はありません。どうやら目を覚ましたようですよ。
I open my eyes, but my vision is blurred. The dizzying pain in my head is unbearable. There's a constant ringing in my ears and my body won't move an inch. A wave of nausea comes over me, but I manage to stop myself from groaning. What happened? I vaguely recall being hit by something the moment I stepped into the manor. At last, my vision finally clears up. Who are you people? When my eyes refocus, I'm met with several unfamiliar faces, and a sturdy rope binding me. I'm tied up, surrounded by a group of strangers. What in the world's going on? A girl in a sports jacket grabs me by the throat, glowing menacingly. She looks to be in her early teens, but her strength is incredible. Can't get a peep out while trapped in her iron grip.
本部で待ち伏せたいい度胸してんじゃねえか。どこの組織の大和探偵さん、落ち着いて。
Calm down, rowdy detective.
落ち着いてられるかよ。こいつは俺たちの仲間をぶち殺した犯人かもしれねえんだぞ。
This Jamo Commando. Come on. Let's even give us an answer.
許せねえぜ。だけど、首を締め上げたままでは何も話せませんよ。
Well, he can't talk if you're actively choking him.
え？おお、科学探偵の言うと。
The girl in the sports jacket lets me go and immediately falls to her knees, touching her head to the floor as she apologizes.
顔を上げてください。気にしてませんから。
It's okay. You don't need to grovel about it. I'm still in the dark here, but I get that you have every reason to suspect.
その通りだが、このままじゃ筋が通らねえ。けじめだ。そんなことしませんよ。
No way am I going to do that. Besides, the car was tied up, so please stop bowing. I have literally no idea what's happening. Who are you? Who are all of you? What is this island? What's going on around here? Asking so-called rowdy detective my questions, the boy in the wheelchair approaches. They're taking you on here of your own volition. Say you're uninformed on the situation. Yeah, all I know is that senior detective. Senior detective? And the boy called Techie Detective cups his chin and fork.
先ほど眼球運動を確認した限り気絶していたのに間違いない。自作自演で気絶していた可能先ほど眼球運動を確認した限り気絶していたのに間違いない。自作自演で気絶していた可能性もあるけど一度事実として考えた方が良さそうだ。でもあの老子探偵は何の目的も告げずにこの本部まで。
I just assume it wasn't a self-induced ruse for now. The senior detective bringing you to HQ? That doesn't sit well with me. Where do you fit in with the rest of us? What do you have to do with the Quantum Youth investigation?
おい、科学探偵ってばよ。
Sorry, I was lost in thought. Rowdy detective pokes Techie detective. Snapping him out of his trance, he dips his head in apology. I'm as confused as ever right now, but I've heard of these two detectives before.
鳥間、その人の縄を解いてあげね。縛ったまま尋問するとか、どんなプレイだよって感じで待って、渋谷探偵さん。何？
The trendy girl responds with indignation, causing the frail boy to tear up. Nevertheless, he doesn't back down. Any words of dangerous deadly poison that can kill over 20 people. This is them you can wipe us all out just by scaring a trace amount of it. Even though her idea got rejected, the trendy girl called downtown detective laughs as if nothing happened. So for the paranoid. Still, I don't want any more victims. Like all the people in the research today. Anything, we need to be overcautious. Somewhat androgynous youth speaks with a voice full of fear. Victims like those in the research facility? The comment catches my attention. Now isn't the time to be asking questions. Instead, I hold my tongue and continue to watch in silence. Okay, not so dope. Even should his intentions prove nefarious, I, armored detective, swear to protect you. The armored man rests one hand on the youth he called Dovil Detective and the other on Downtown Detective. Thanks, Armor. Physical exertion is a lot for me, so I appreciate it. The boy smiles at Armored Detective. The Downtown Detective waves off the gauntlet, looking utterly repulsed. You've called my rank despite mine being the only one here that is lower than 30? My heart is stirred. I swear my life to protect you. Armored Detective happily slides closer to Downtown Detective. Doesn't seem to notice a look of genuine disgust on her face.
ひとまず探偵デバイスでリーダーに連絡を取ってみたよ。探偵デバイス同士の通信ならこの洋館からでも研究棟に通じるみたいで。
The man who looks like a corporate employee during this conversation, he holds a familiar tablet-like device in his hands, a D-pad, the trademark of the Detective Alliance. My heart beats fast in spite of myself, as I guess at the nature of my company.
ほうれん草は社会人の基本。
Adulting 101, plan, do, check,
そちらの眠り姫についてリーダーに確認を取ってみたけど、どうやら彼は念のため君自身にも聞くけど、間違いない。
はい、間違いありません。No mistake about it. I only just got D-pad on the screen. Everything clicks into place as I speak with the man referred to as workaholic detective. You knew it, they really are party lights, and these aren't just any average members. They're so famous, even nobody like me knows them. There's only one possible reason why a group of detectives like this would be everything. The same thing I've been brought for, to discuss how to handle the foreign duke. We're all here for that meeting.
残る謎はまだ探偵ネームを持たない新人がどうしてこの探偵同盟本部にいるのか。君も八つ崎法廷作会に招集されたのかい？
はい。
Yes, senior detective explained it. Oh, that's right. I have my own D-pad too.
胸ポケットに入っていたデバイスはやはり君自身のものだったんだね。悪いけど勝手に体を調べさせてもらったよ。
Said one in your shirt pocket, but it was yours. My apologies. I took the liberty of searching you. What? When? I don't know how, but workaholic detectives clearly holding my device. The fact they could swipe around my noticing is terrifying. Now then, if you would allow me to borrow your hand for just a moment. Workaholic detective got my hand to bypass the D-pad's fingerprint authentication, navigating to the message application with ease. He seems to be checking my invitation to the Quoting Duke meeting, which I had been reading just before I fell unconscious.
私に届いた連絡と一時一致違わない。確かに。
Leaf watches dreaming at workaholic detective smile, but it doesn't last.
まあこの島に潜入できるほどのものなら、
メールの偽造なんて簡単にできる。 Her colleague detective's smile turns grim. His piercing gaze cuts back gloomy, making my body flow from goosebumps.
下手なまでしでかすんじゃねえぞ。サンズの他の探偵さんたちのような独自の気配は。
結論を出すには検討材料が不足しすぎて。
The other detectives watch me warily. Their eyes make it abundantly clear that they're on the high alert. I completely understand why this is exceptional circumstances. But that doesn't make them look sting any less. Dwelling on Dolphin Detective's unsettling remarks earlier leaves me to wonder what happened to the Detective Alliance.
まあさ、怪しんでばかりじゃ老子のじっちゃんも見つけなきゃだしさ。いや、
気が合うな、渋谷探偵殿。
ミステリモノで仲間割れとか死亡フラグだしね。ミステリモノって。
まあ渋谷の言う通りだな。仲間同士で疑い合ってたら八つ咲公の思うツボだ。
行動の前に一言確認を取ってほしかったところだけど、私も同意見だよ。君にはひとまず我々と行動を共にしてもらおう。ただし今は一刻を争う時代だ。
ありがとうございます。
Thank you. The detectives head out one after another. Alan moved his mind up a bit and can't help but allow a sigh of relief. And plenty of suspects getting interrogated in mystery novels and shows. Never did I expect to be the one in the hot seat.
そういえば侵入者さんのことをなんて呼べばいい？まだ探偵ネームないんでしょ？
僕の名前は僕の探偵。
いや、悩みすぎっしょ。
面目ないです。
ほら、一緒に考えようよ。
猫を探すの。
Downtown detective gives a deep sigh. Amateur status fills me with shame.
じゃあ、無能探偵ってこと。
What? Now that's just cruel. You might as well be saying I'm good for nothing. I mean, no, that isn't true, but still. I'd obviously prefer a different name, but if I can object.
他のみんなもいい名前が決まるまでは。
大和男児らしい謙虚な名前だな。
飛脚探偵さんや社畜探偵さんと同じく一緒に頑張ろう。
呼び名があると仲間らしさがぐっと強まる。このゴリ押しな空気、自分の時を思い出すな。
Taking on a new guy takes me back. Incompetent detective rapidly gains the approval of the rest. So rapidly that it's too late to dispute it. Much to my chagrin.
秒で定着してよかったね。無能
全然良くない。
It doesn't make me happy at all. Despite my protest, downtown detective ignores me, flashing a devilish smile. Thus did I become incompetent detective, an official member of the detective alliance. A bright red carpet covers the floor, and landscape paintings adorn the walls of the corridor. The detective explains the situation as we walk down the passage. The scent of the roses on display around us drifting in the air.
君が連れてこられたこの場所は
location to which
地
you've
図に
been
すら載っ
brought
てい
is
ない
an
ことだ。
island that doesn't appear on any map.
この絶海のことを本拠地として探偵同盟は本部の2つの建物、
There's two buildings,
捜査の補助や機器の開発を行うための研究施設、スナークスと
and gear development.
宿泊用の洋館、ゴーメンガーストとに分かれている。本来私たちが到着した後はこの洋館にジオラマで再現された八つ崎事件の主要な現場を見ながら
Quartering duties.
全員で
だったというのは。
Now, was the plan?
俺たちが到着した時には研究施設にいた22人が
All 22 of them? Every hair on my body stands on end at the unthinkable news. Say it can't be! Even among history's most infamous mass murders, secure the death toll more than 20. Killing 22 people at once is beyond all reason. The culprit piled their bodies at the entrance and left their work north with rubbish. Such savagery is no less than inhumane.
無能先輩があの死体の山を見てたらしばらくご飯を食べれなかったと思うよ。それ行かなくてラッキーだったかもね。
A heap of corpses. Just imagining it makes me feel faint. Wasn't taking deadly gas to the cow.
老子探偵はその惨状を
Maybe
知って
the
いて
detective knew about my grief scene, so he sent me straight to the man
のか
instead. You'll know also explain why he hid me in the forest and went off on his own. Need to find him soon and thank him for keeping me safe.
八崎港
I'll
の
never
犯
call
行な
him
んです
due
か
to that, right?
それはまだなんとも。あれだけ大量の
八崎港事件の特徴は
Quarterly Duke
必
cases
ず被
always
害者
those
が2人同時に現
two
れること
concurrent victims.
今
This
回の
crime
犯
would
行
appear
は
to
少
have
し
a
毛色
different
が異なるよう
modus
に感
operandi.
じるよ
八崎港の野郎が犯人に決まってるぜ。
It's said that the Quarterly Duke has killed over 100 people, but even that was over the course of half a year. On the other hand, murdering 22 people at once, all of them first-rate detectives no less, could hardly be the work of an amateur. I get the impression that he commits grisly deeds for the thrill of it, but otherwise his identity is a complete mystery.
僕らは当然研究施
To
設の
begin an
捜査を始め
investigation
た
of
の
a
ですが
research facility,
その途中
then
で
Chief Steve
リー
had
ダーのデバイス
received a
に
message
生き
from a
残った
surviving
透明のメンバ
Alliance
ーが
member. Techie detective draws out his own D-pad and plays an audio file. Are they registered in the roster yet? Yep, they are. A wheelchair user who was born with cerebral palsy, which prevents use of his legs. His intellect, on the other hand, far surpasses that of the average person. As a writer's prodigy in the DA, he has already earned a PhD in science from an overseas university. He often collaborates with the DA's tech department, developing his own specialized wheelchair, as well as the 7 forensic friends, small machines designed to assist with investigations. During cases, he relies on his friends to produce data beyond the scope of normal detectives. Superhuman strength! Yeah, that explains why she was able to knock me out. The recording cuts off now. Although the sound was low and full of static, even I could grasp what it signified.
声って老子探
That's
偵
senior
ですよね。
detective's voice, isn't it?
よかっ
He's
た。
alive now? Oh,
は
goodness.
い間違いなく老子探偵だと思い
Yeah,
ま
I'm
す
certain that's him.
この
Making
状
it
況で
various
無事だなんて
situations here.
さすがはレジェン
All
ドク
these
ラスの
legends
探
among
偵ですよ
detectives.
そんなにすごい探偵なんですか。
Is he really that incredible?
今でもメディアでよく取り上
You
げら
know
れ
the
る
Dayless Night
Ake no Yoru
it
Jiken
still
ってある
shows
で
up
しょ
on the news. Not only did he solve it, he's also found in the DA.
明けの夜事
The
件。
Dayless Night?
教
Then
科書にも載ってるよう
even
な
school
大事件じゃ
textbooks
ないで
talk
す
about
か。
that case, and you're saying he cracked it? As a kid now, so I don't remember much, but it was the worst terror attack in national history, sparked by a new religious movement. From that event onward, criminal atrocities swept the nation, which is part of why the Detective Alliance was formed. Solving a case of that magnitude would absolutely qualify him as the legend.
もともとは老子さんと合流するために他の探偵たちと別れて僕らはこの洋館に来たんだ。
老子殿が身を隠さなければならぬほど今回の犯人
じゃあ
Huh? You mean there are other detectives there besides you guys?
そう研究棟に残って捜査を続けているのが6人かなまるで探偵のバーゲンセールだなって感じで
Boggle.
さはれるよね
Oh, buy one, get one free. It's bog off, not boggle. I'm still reeling from the heinous murders we have yet to unravel. At least now there's a glimmer of
こ
hope.
れで全ての部屋を
I
探
mean,
し終えたはずだけど
but there's no sign of senior.
もしかしたら僕らより先に
Maybe the
廊下
comfort
に
of
たどり
my
着いた
before
犯
we
人に気
did?
づいて
See, you would have
も
realized
し
that.
先ほどの通話を
If the
盗
message
聴
was
されていたら
intercepted, the
犯
culprit
人
could
が
have
先
easily
回りし
gone
た可
ahead
能
of
性
us.
は十分に。
ああね、
Oh
う
yeah,
ちらが
since
ここに
yeah.
到着するまでに
What?
10分はかかってる。いや、研究所からこの
But
洋
there's
館ま
only
で
one
は
path
一
from
本
the
道で、
facility.
周囲は断
We're
崖
surrounded by
絶
sheer
壁。
cliffs. No one could escape
Well,
without us
could
noticing. The detectives processed the situation with impressive speed. I'm barely keeping up as I struggle to understand what it all means. What's this mean? Oh my god. Downtown's casual chit-chat is about the only thing that makes any sense to me.
つか、この部屋も無線
This
ラン
one
ない
doesn't
じ
do
ゃ
one
ん。
thing that you...
スマホ使えないとか、マジでナイポヨちゃんなんですけど。
Oh yeah, we know we're trapped on an island where there's no...
いえ、仮に無線 LAN のルーターがあったとしても使え。なんで？この島は県外ってこと？
Oh yeah? Why? Because the island's off the grid?
いえ、実は研究棟
Not
で固
exactly.
定
Tried
回線でのネ
connecting
ット
to
ワーク
wired
接続を
networking
試して
and
みたの
research
です
study. I couldn't get it to work at all. I made another attempt here a moment ago, but that failed too. Ben's communications antenna must be
島
down.
でも探偵デバイス同士はやり取りできてんじゃん。スマホとは違うの？
But our D-pads can still link up to each other, right? What's the difference between now and a smartphone?
ええ、探偵デバイスは独自の通信システムを採用しているんです。僕も開発に携わりま
Well,
した
the D-pads
が、
have
本
a
当に
unique
素晴らしい技術
communication
が使われ
system.
ているんですよ。
As part of the
詳しく
R&D
説明
team,
す
I
る
must
と
say
で
it's
すね。
truly amazing tech. Basically works...
はいはい。まあ、つまり、
Okay, we get
う
it.
ちはこの島にいる間、
followers
連れた
already.
ちとろくに会話もできないってことね。
いい機会だ。
I
こ
prefer
の
to
機会
see
に
this
探
as an
偵同士
opportunity.
我ら
An
みんなの
opportunity
交友
for
を
us
深めようではない
fellow
か。
detectives to deepen the bonds of our camaraderie.
ガチで下がるわ。
おいおい。
Rally detective starts crawling on all fours like a dog right at the entrance to the room. She presses her face to the carpet with a sharp expression on her face.
ヤマトさん、どうし
血の匂いだ。バラの匂いと絨毯の色で全然気づかなかったが、この絨毯。
Rally detective approaches an empty vase and sticks her hand in it, pulling out a bloody knife.
ビンゴだな。誰の血だ？
どうして血の匂いなん
How
て
did
分
you
かったん
even
で
notice
す
the
か？
smell?
見るからに乾ききってるの
The
に。
blood's already
俺
dry.
はガキの頃から漁師の親父を。
I'm not so convinced that But it's astonishing nonetheless.
ヤマトさん、そのナイフが使われた場所はこの部屋
Rally,
で
that
はない
knife wasn't used, though, was it?
ああ、この部屋には血痕しか残ってねえ。血の匂いを終えたらいいんだけどよ。さす。
やはりそうか。
I figured.
しかし
But that said,
気
Techie,
にならば
might you have an alternative method?
もちろんです。
Oh, so they got by
そのための
this
科学で
alias
すか
for
ら。
a reason, I thought. Techie detective proudly pulls a cute little machine that resembles a puppy out from his
追
pocket.
跡遊具、くんくんくん。僕と探偵同盟の協力で生み出されたこの遊具は登録した匂いをさらに南西の小型ゴム当然小型の発信機も搭載なので
うん、大したものだね。
Yes, that's
後で
all
ゆっくり
then.
と説明を聞くから
We'd love
追
to
跡
hear
に
more
移
about
ろう
it
か。
later. But for now, why don't we start trying? Oh, right. Sorry, I get a little carried away.
発明の話になると
Techie detective returns to reality, hanging his head in shame.
じゃあ早速その道具で
Now, let's not waste any time. Use this
道
tool.
具じゃないですイル
It's
ー
not
ム
a
です
tool, that's my
僕
friend.
の
Don't
大切な
treat him
友
like
達を
some
道具
piece
扱
of
いしないで
equipment.
ください
Workaholic detective bows several times in apology for misspeaking. True to his name, he is a very picture of a harried office worker. Techie detective may seem calm and collected, but careless remarks about his inventions are a clear sore spot of his. I better watch my words.
皆さん
Sorry, everyone, for blowing up like that. Let's get
So
the
do I.
business in. Techie detective calms down, setting his dog-like tracking machine, Sniffy Whiffy, loose near the bloodstain. Most generic name ever. Sniffy Whiffy scoots around the floor just like a real dog. He circles around a couple of times and bumps into the room's door.
追跡が始まりました。
Sound
扉を
hunts.
開い
Let's
て
open the door
先
and
に
see
進
where
ん
he
でもらいま
goes.
しょう。
I open the door and Sniffy Wiki starts out the room, babbling down the hall towards the stairs. Well, I can pick up his roses, but he must have zeroed in on the trail of the blood.
大したもんだな。
正確には匂いではなく、空気中に残留する物質を追跡しているんです。猟犬の鼻も型なしだね。
うるせえ。最初に気づいたのは俺の鼻だろうが。
Sniffy Whiffy stops at a painting just before the stairs to the entrance hall.
君殿が止まった。ここで何者
So
かが刺さ
Sniffy
れ
has
たという
halted.
ことか。
Could this be the site of the stabbing?
バーカ、見るからに結婚なんてないじ
No,
ゃん。
there's a vein, so
つ
there's
ま
a
り
bloodstain.
ナイフ
You
が使われた場所はこ
knife
の
must
絵
have
画
been
の
used
奥っ
somewhere
て
else,
ことだ
like behind the painting.
絵画の奥。
Behind it?
どういうこ
Whatever
と
could
だ
you
ま
mean?
さか絵画の
What
中
does
に
this
世界
mean?
が童話の中の話かとばかり思っていたが実在するとは。
No wonder you're angry too.
落ち着いて武装
Relax,
君。
Armor. The
論
answer's
理的
clear
に
if
考
you
え
think
てい
it
けば
through logically. That's my way of doing things, because at the end of the day, my take on things is if you go into an argument without evidence on either side, or rather blind faith if you will, you're not going to get to the right conclusion. If you're... It's not a case about outing them, it's about doubting them. So only if you... It's only by doubting someone that you know if they're actually trustworthy. So it's not a case of... Crap, words about my mouth. You then gently... That's where my stance on the Kurosonji man lies. I suspected that Elira was in charge to start with. But then, looking back on a statement which saw you made that in an interview, helped me piece a few things together, because there she mentioned the manager's manager, so Elira's manager, then referred to them as a he, and then hardly fluent in English, and really shows his face. For granted, if my hunch is right, that doesn't fully absolve, because at the end of the day, that was still her channel. But I don't know. I just like getting the full picture before I make any conclusions. Otherwise, you're basically going into war with a bubblegum, so to speak.
間違いない。この絵画の奥には空洞、間違い
Well,
ない。
anyway.
この絵画の奥には空洞が広がっている。ならおそらくここをこうしてずらせば。
Gone off on a bit of a tangent, so I'm